Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Flight 96 podcast. I am your host, Hunter Foreman, and today I am joined by a legend. But it just so happens that he's from Detroit. You know what I mean? I've gotten to know this guy over the past couple of months. He is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Me and him share the same humor. He's somebody who I have a ton of respect for, and I'm very honored to have on my platform. Ladies and gentlemen, from the east side of Detroit, Marv One is in the building.
Hey, look, man, that is a much better intro than the one you gave me before your internet crashed. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take this one over the last one.
That's fine, and I love it, man. First of all, Marv, how are we?
I'm blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? Still out here in the land of the living. Trying not to get sick, trying not to go to jail, bro. I'm Gucci.
Hey, man, listen. You are one of the hardest working people in hip hop that I know personally. You have, you've been putting out projects. You've been putting out a lot of music that we're gonna get to. You had an amazing performance in the King of the Dot Grand Prix that I want to get to, because one of the battles specifically made me just like. You know how you were a fan of somebody and then they did something that made you a fan all over again?
Definitely.
That was what happened when I watched you in the King of the Dot.
Oh, that's heavy. I appreciate that.
Because it was like I was already a fan, like even with the music and figuring out all the stuff that you worked on outside of battle rap, working with people like working with people like with the likes of Apollo Brown, Guilty Simpson. I just recently heard that going back in the discography, you did a feature for rapper Big Pooh on one of his albums. So a lot of stuff that I learned about you, like, not only just leading up to this interview, but just getting to know you with the Clubhouse gang. Shout out to the Upstairs Boys radio show.
It's upstairs, buddy.
All the time. So, Marv, I want to start, like what people were calling a resurgence. I completely disagreed. It was a reminder. Talk to me with how you felt, going into the Grand Prix, and did your performance exceed your expectations?
No. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that people were receptive, you know what I'm saying, to the performances. I think I'm one of the best battle rappers of all time in the world. You know what I'm saying? So like it didn't necessarily, like, it wasn't shocking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what was up. Like I knew that this was an opportunity for, first of all, it was an opportunity for some fucking money. That's really, you know what I'm saying?
50K.
It was opportunity.
50K, right?
It was opportunity for a nice bag. And I felt I had a really, really, really good chance of winning that bag. To this day, as it stands, May 18th, in the year of our Lord, 2021, I still think that I won that battle. I don't shy away from it. I definitely think that I took that battle. But I'm more happy for Saint than I am upset at the decision. You know what I'm saying?
It's a very respectful thing. It's a very honorable thing.
No. Like, Lil Bro worked his ass off. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that somebody had to lose.
Right. But y'all were both fan favorites. Y'all were both fan favorites going into, not even really necessarily going into the tournament, but as the finals drew closer, like it was the picture was coming a little bit more clear. Like people were seeing like, oh, it's about to be Saint versus Marv in the.
Oh, for sure. The second he beat Disaster, it was a wrap. The second he beat Disaster, it was over. Like, it was over. And I think for a lot of people, the second I beat Sharon, it looked very promising for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that battle up. Like that was the moment for me when I saw you have the performance that you had versus Sharon. I was like, I'm like, hell, fuck yeah, Marv. Like that was the reaction that I was like, that's what the fuck. Like I'm a coach Like after you just did a great play, and I'm like throwing down the clipboard, but I'm happy. I'm like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, Marv. That was my exact reaction. Tell me about that battle and what it meant to you to not only, you know, get that off your chest, because it seemed like you had a lot to say. I had
a chip on my shoulder. I had a chip on my shoulder going into that battle, and it had nothing to do with Sharon. I still think Sharon is one of the best battle rappers in the world, and he could beat 98% of people 100% of the time. What kind of pushed me to a space is that I saw somebody say that like there was nothing that I could do to beat Sharon. Like, and I remember responding to the person like it's not one thing I can do, bro. Like it's not like there isn't one thing I can do. They were like, bro, you don't rap as good as Sharon. You don't punch as good as Sharon. You don't flow as good as Sharon. Like you don't deserve to be in the ring with Sharon. And I was like, well, this is gonna be interesting, because I had 3 different rounds. And after I had this conversation with, you know what I'm saying, with this fan, I rewrote my rounds.
I
rewrote my rounds.
When you made that decision to rewrite those rounds, how long was it until the battle when you decided to do that? Like how much time did you have left, you know, from that point?
Oh, a week.
Wow.
A week. I was locked in. I was locked in. I was locked in with 3 different rounds.
Oh, so you was ready for this grant. You was ready for this grant.
I was locked in with 3. I was locked in with 3 different rounds. Then I had the conversation, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let's go, you know, let's retool some things. Mm-hmm. And, you know, sometimes, bro, that pen have a mind of its own. Like, it's not you. Like, it's just that pen, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Just moving.
Yeah, whatever point you're trying to make. And, you know, that bitch moved. That bitch started dancing.
Oh, man.
That bitch started dancing, bro.
Were you at a point, was it after you wrote those rounds and you were very confident in them? You were like, it's as you like to say, it's upstairs.
I remember, I think I told Chilla, I said, if he beats me, he's gonna win the tournament. If he beats these 3 rounds, he's gonna win the tournament. I'm betting everything on him. If he can if he can beat what I have, if he can beat these 3 rounds, bro, he's gonna win.
I love that attitude. That's what's up.
That's how I felt.
That's what's up. Honestly. Like it was, you know, when you wait for somebody to get, like, not even necessarily get mad, but you want them to get mad for good reasoning.
Yeah.
I think that was what some people wanted. Like that's what they like from a battle rapper sometimes. Like,
yeah. And I can definitely say that I am guilty of, I have been guilty of just, you know, painting by numbers, or just, you know, going through the motions. I agree that I have been guilty of that before. But I think it's almost like playoff basketball. Like, you know how some teams are like, yo, we can turn it on. And I think that I took a lot of things for granted because I knew that I could turn it on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain battlers or certain battles that I've taken, and I'm thinking like, hey, bro, we just gonna come in here, put on a good show for the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you your money's worth, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna get out of here. And somebody has said something like a little like out of pocket. And I'm like, yo, wait a minute, bro. Like, we're not peers, my nigga. Like, we don't like, we not peers. Like, this isn't a thing of you really being able to fuck with me. And and I think I allowed too many people too much comfort and thinking that they could fuck with me. And that's nobody's fault but my own. And that tournament was kind of a reminder, not only for everybody else, but for me too, to be like, yo, like, if you're gonna talk all this shit about being one of the best, like, go out there and show these niggas why you the best. And that, you know, that's what a lot of that tournament was. That's specifically what that Sharon battle was, specifically.
That that was I think that was, like I said, like people, were like, oh, Marv is Marv, and there's Marv fans who are like, oh, you forgot, and then there's
Oh, you
just
forgot,
other,
yeah.
yeah, and then there's other fans who were like, Marv, where the hell you been? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I got
and
a lot of that.
it was a lot of that, and like just from my perspective, it was just like I said, just that basketball coach who is like hyped that his one of his players just did a good play. I was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, Marv. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
I
fair.
had that reaction, and to see everybody like, oh, we pray, to get your flowers for that, even though like I said, even though you came up short in the finals, due to the judge's decision, I'm glad that you were able to get those flowers, and people were like, fucking Mark.
It's cool. Like it was super funny and super humbling to get some of the calls and messages that I got during that tournament.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. It was super humbling because it's always one of those things where, like, my name has always been good, you know what I'm saying, in battle rap circles. Like, I've never done bad business. Like, I've never, you know what I'm saying, I've never shit on anybody. That's not really my thing. So to get some of these phone calls from like these ultra top tier niggas like, Marv, yes, this is the you that I grew up on. This is the Marv I want to battle. That's super, like that's cool, and that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's public or private, it meant a lot. And like it was cool to let niggas know, like, it's not a young man or old man's game. It's just about being good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
If you got the talent for
if you still got it. Yeah. So that was dope for me. I walked out, although I didn't agree with the decision, you know what I'm saying? I was able to walk out. I was able to walk out with my head held high about what I had accomplished in that tournament.
As you should. You should not feel any type of.
Sure.
You should have never. I when I saw that, I was like, he shouldn't feel any type of way after this. I mean,
I feel like, look, the only thing I'll say, when and if that footage comes back out, I want every judge to tell me that I lost that battle after they watch it again.
Okay.
I want every judge to tell me I lost that battle. And if you stand on it, I'll respect it.
Okay.
If you stand on it, I'll respect it.
But that's a challenge. I like that.
For sure.
I like that.
I want every judge who judged that battle to be like, oh yeah, no, he still lost. I want them to tell me that. That's all I'm saying.
And that's I think it's more of a, like, you need that. I wouldn't even say you need that confirmation. You have a strong opinion about how you felt how that battle went. A lot of people agree with you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I think King of the Dot should definitely release that footage, and I think we should all revisit it. Because
I remember turning around. I remember turning around and telling Quest, I said, oh, I'm up two. At the end of my second, I said, I'm up two.
That was how you feeling? That was
for sure. I was like, oh,
what round was the hammer pants line?
That was first round.
Okay, all right.
That was first round.
Was it in the first two rounds? Because
that was first round.
Because I distinctly remember, I'm gonna keep it. You were spazzing in the first two, definitely.
Look. That's all I'm gonna say. Is
and his and Saint's third was great.
Was insane. He finished much stronger than I did.
Very strong.
He finished much stronger than I did, and that may be my own fault. That may be my fault for feeling like, I don't know if I took my foot off the gas or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But I vividly remember turning around like, oh, I'm up two. There is no way that these people can say that he took either one of these rounds. Like, there's no way. And for whatever reason, or however someone scored it, people saw it differently. And I'm cool with it now. I wasn't at first. I'm cool with it now, bro. Like, we working.
I enjoyed that battle too. Like from a like if you take take the tournament aspect from it, take the all the pomp and circumstance from it. It was also a dope battle between
For sure.
you and Saint. So I think when that footage drops, I do think it's gonna have some replay value, just because there were definitely some lines in there from both of y'all that were definitely shaking the room. So whenever
For
shout
sure.
out to King, shout out to King and Dot. Whenever they decide to drop that, I would definitely love to revisit that. But
For sure.
moving back a little bit as we go back in time a little bit, I had Quest on here. I had Quest McCody.
On purpose? You had him on here on purpose? Nah,
I had him on here, and I told him a story that I think you'll just as appreciate, just as much as he did. How I discovered battle rap was, of course, through YouTube, was through the great powers of YouTube and the great related, videos related, I guess section of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching Calico versus K-Shine when I had just graduated high school. Crazy enough, this was towards the end of 2015, probably.
Mm-hmm.
This was towards the end of 2015.
Jesus Christ, man, you got out of high school in 2015?
Hey, I'm working, man. I'm working.
How old are you?
I'll be 25 in October.
Oh my God.
Listen, man.
All right. Go ahead.
But you'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it because when I watched Calico versus K-Shine, underneath that in the related spot was a battle between Head Ice and Quest McCody.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I watched that battle, it led to all of the Midwest people. And so happens to be the next battle that I watched after that was Marv 1 versus Averb in Grind Time.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that was the first battle I ever saw of that included Marv 1. And
that was a good first pick.
Yeah. It was a great first pick because I was laughing so hard about the mall bit.
That was a good first pick, man.
About the St. Louis Mill Mall bit. I could not stop laughing. Like, so take me back, man. What do you remember about like those days and being a part of Grind Time? And that was I believe was at the height, or it was the rocket ship was still going at the time. So talk to me about that.
I was done with battle rap. I was done with battle rap around that time because me and Quest had just come off of doing the World Rap Championships for a company called Jump Off, where there was a discrepancy about some judging. And for whatever reason, like that company like misplaced their footage, so they weren't able to air a lot of things. And it just left a very bitter taste when it came to battle rap. So I was done. Like I was like, I'm straight. And I had got a call from Direct. It's super crazy because anytime like that I'm making a decision to not do it, like Direct usually calls me and he can give me a different insight, which is super cool.
Shout out to Direct.
Yeah, for sure. That's the bro. Super legend. And he called me and he was telling me about his platform and basically saying like Marv battle rap needs you, battle rap misses you, blah blah blah. And he said, I got somebody that I want you to battle. So I didn't agree off rip. I said, well, let me check him out. Who is he? He said, Averb. I said, who the fuck is that? And I didn't mean that with any disrespect. Like I honestly, I just didn't know who he was. So I believe I'm not sure what footage of his I watched, but it was only maybe like 2 or 3 things up. And I remember I watched it and I was like, oh, this nigga nice. I was like, oh, he nice. So I called Direct back. I was like, man, fuck it, I do it. I'll do it. And it was like such a big fucking thing, like for me to come back to battle rap, or because I hadn't battled in like 2 years, like 2-3 years, I think, if memory serves me correct. And people were very receptive. You know what I'm saying? When when they introduced me, it was a little different than when they introduced him. and I was super nervous. I think that was one of the battles. That was one of the battles that I was like super duper nervous for, because I think it was like my first battle in like a completely written format.
Mm.
So I didn't know how, what the reception was going to be. But I feel like that battle worked in my favor. I feel like we have a certifiable classic. And I tell people all the time when it comes to me battling Verb, I battled Verb before he knew how to use the force. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I battled Verb before he knew how to use the force. Like, and I think there are a lot of things that he took from our battle that, you know what I'm saying, he used to become a Rushmore caliber kind of nigga. Like I would like, it was like my aura is very different when it comes to battle rap. Like, it's not like, it's different. Like, you're gonna have to work to beat me. You're gonna have to work to beat me, and you're gonna have to work to stand next to me, because I know what I'm doing in these rooms. I shut rooms down. And Verb did his thing. I love Verb. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely went on to become one of my favorites. But that day, it was just, it was Daniel-san and Miyagi for sure.
That's amazing, because during that time, like, it was the cards. Now that I look back at them, were like almost legendary.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
Just seeing like all like the Ilmax, the thesauruses, the disasters, the dumbfoundeds, the arsenals, the conceiteds, seeing them in their heyday, in their prime, is always so like really cool for me to go watch, because it's like watching like old 90s NBA footage and just seeing them hit their best moves, you know what I'm saying, in the dopest bars, or like the dopest rebuttals or something, something like
Definitely.
that. And so it was dope that was my first introduction to y'all. Like I said, Quest for Cody is the reason why I knew there was a Midwest. You know what I mean? Like, I knew Calico was from Detroit, but I didn't know there was everybody else. You know what I mean? Like,
that's dope. That's dope.
So
that means a lot.
That was, so like I said,
did you tell him that?
I told Quest that.
We never gonna hear the end of that shit, bro. We're never going to hear the end of that, man.
I told Quest, I said, man, like y'all were like, I told Quest, I was like, if it wasn't for, me seeing at the related part, just underneath the video, just related, it said Head Ice versus Quest for Cody. And I watched that, and then on the related side, it was you versus Averb. So
once you tell Quest he's the reason for anything, bro. Oh my God, bro. We are never gonna hear the end of this.
Quest gave me a great interview, just like you are doing right now. And I have to ask him again the same question. What was your personal favorite 2-on-2 that you guys did?
I'm probably going to give a different answer.
Okay.
My answer is probably going to be us versus Marlo and Shuffle T.
That's my favorite. That's my personal.
Here's why. It shouldn't be, because I was sick as a dog during that battle. Like,
really?
I was like throwing up like in between rounds. Like, I was sick. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Couldn't really perform, and it affected our performance. And there are some people who say that we lost that battle simply because I know I wasn't up. I was like at literally 35%.
Sheesh.
But that battle is my favorite because it was the first time that either of us had been out of the country to rap. And it was like the realization of something bigger. It was the realization of like, yo, like, there are people out here who really fuck with me. Like, they fuck with me to the point where they put me on a plane for 8 hours and fucking put me up in hotels and paid me all this money because they fuck with some shit that I'm doing way over here. And I got to experience it. With my brother. That battle is my favorite because it showed me that we had an impact.
That's very
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So that would be my favorite. That's the most memorable and the most impactful, and it has nothing to do with the actual battle.
That's a great thing. I'm so entertained by that battle. Like that's
Yeah.
one of my favorites just because of just the personality differences in
Man,
both teams.
I was sick. Bro.
Listen, I just thought you was like, I don't know. I just thought I mean, you had like 4 cups in your hand.
Yo,
Like
I was sick, bro. I was sick. I had that scarf on and I kept coughing and damn near throwing up into that scarf that I had on. I was really, really sick, bro. Like I couldn't pull it together, bro. I couldn't pull it together.
Damn.
But if we're just talking, if we're just talking straight material wise, then of course, chest and steams.
Okay, that was one of Quest's answers, and then the other one that Quest talked about was you and him versus Carter and Cheddar.
Well, yeah, because he shined in that battle. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. It's all Quest all the time, man. Nah, that was good. That was a good battle too. That was good. I love the fact that we're able to have we're able to show versatility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can't put us in a box and say, oh, well, they can only battle such and such. Nah, bro, we work. We across the board with it. So that's good.
It's amazing because getting, I guess, hip to you guys and discovering you guys was a cool process because it opened up a lot of stuff for me. Like it not only, like I said, of course I knew who most of the rappers were from Detroit or just even the Michigan area period.
Mm-hmm.
When I figured out, when I discovered you guys, it opened me up to a whole new world, to the Midwest Miles, to the X Factors, you know what I'm saying, to your peers, you know what I mean? So it was really cool to be able, and then on the flip side, all y'all make dope music. You know what I'm saying? You know,
people from my era, or people from around my time period, we started battling because it was free promotion for our music. Like, it was never like being the best battler was never the end all be all. It was just like, yo, if people think I'm dope, they'll check out my music. I'll be able to sell more music. Like, this is an easy way for me to gain traction. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, all of us were artists first. With the popularity of YouTube, there are more people who started battle rapping strictly off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There are people who strictly started battling because they saw Conceited or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool because it still pushes the culture forward. But people from my area were definitely, from my era, were definitely artists first.
And speaking of being an artist, you have quite a discography. When I was
you pretty good with the segues, bro. I see you.
Hey, you see what I'm saying? Like, I does this as a female battle rapper once says.
Live your life.
But you have an album out right now. 2 actually, a collaborative. Yeah. You have a collaborative and a solo. I want to talk about the solo one real quick. Sooner Than Later. All tracks produced by you. I want to ask for the hip hop heads, when did you kind of make the decision that you were going to start making beats for yourself? Because I feel like rappers come sometimes who do that, who get into that lane, they start rapping on other people's producers' beats and everything, and then they get to a point where they kind of know what their sound is, and they're just like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna make it myself because I know what I want to rap on. So tell me about that.
It's two things that pushed me to start making my own shit, and that was, one, like, I've been blessed to be in the rooms with the best producers, some of the best producers of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been able to study under, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Porter. This nigga done sold 50 million records. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been able to study under a production group from Detroit called Silent Riot, who is, you know what I'm saying, like, fucking incredible. Like, I've been able to Like I was able to be tapped by Jay Dilla to be on, you know what I'm saying, the album that didn't come out. Like I was able to pick people like Knots' brain, like, yo, this, that, and the third. And then the flip side of that is knowing all those people, I could never get a fucking beat from any of them. You know what I'm saying? Like it became like pulling teeth. Like it literally became pulling teeth to get beats from my friends. And the I guess the ego was like, yo, well, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like in the most respectful way. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And I buckled down and I did it myself. And I kind of did it as a fuck you to them. But halfway through, I realized like, oh, yeah, I probably have been supposed to be doing this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I'm kind of bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's it. But yeah, I'd study under niggas who's fucking incredible. So if I'm not able to take, if I'm not able to learn anything, I'm wasting my time. And if I'm not able to take what I've learned and apply it, then I'm just, around for no fucking reason. So, that's what it was. That's really what it was.
I mean, your production has landed you, some major credits. I mean, one that sticks out. I mean, when I look at the producer credits, I see on the Shady Anniversary, project. I think that was Shady 15. I think that was
Shady XV.
Yeah. That was when I saw that, I was like, oh, and then I listened to the song and I was like, oh, like
all I'm saying is tell all these battle rap niggas who make music to get a platinum plaque before they come talk to me. You dig? Because I have one.
Talk your shit, Marv. The platform is yours. Please.
I'm a million sold. I'm a million sold, nigga.
Please talk your shit. Please talk your shit.
Until you gentlemen and young ladies get yourself one of those, we are not the same, buddy. We not the same.
Marv, I think OMNI-MARV is making an appearance on the Flight 96 podcast.
For what? For what? For what?
I love this.
For what?
You
used all that energy to save these humans. For what, bro?
Shout out to Invincible on Amazon Prime. That's a plug. That's a plug. Hopefully they cut us a check for this one. He's got the shirt, people.
Look,
he's got the shirt. Yeah, there you go.
My shirt popped up today.
Omni man. Listen. If you have Amazon Prime and you are a superhero comic book kind of person, please check out a series called Invincible.
Omni Man is lit.
And come back to this episode at this minute more and thank us. That's all you gotta say. Just thank the both of us. Because I thanked Marv.
You ungrateful bastard. Thank us.
Because listen, Marv, you told me this recently, and it's true. You don't steer me wrong. You do not steer you wrong. Because
I'll always get you together.
Because I remember we had a conversation about Hove, and we're both big fans of Hove.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me, hey, go listen to those first couple of tracks on Kingdom Come.
The first six songs.
Best work. And when Show Me What You Got came on, I was like, oh, this is what Marv was talking about. This is what Marv. And then you say, hey, listen. Listen, I know you fuck with the American Gangster album. Give that a spin. Now that I know what you know, if that makes sense. That was what I caught it. It was like some telepathy shit. You were telling me something without saying it. Like you was like, listen, now that I know what you know, go listen to that American Gangster album one more time.
Go back and listen.
Yeah, and then I came back and said, dog. And he was like, I never steer you wrong.
I never steer you wrong, bro. I'm gonna get you together.
Bro, like and steering kind of, back into the hip hop lane. You've worked with guys like Guilty Simpson. You've worked with guys like rapper Big Pooh on, I think that was his solo project. You've worked with, you were on Apollo Brown's Sincerely Detroit, that I personally, that was kind of like my first time, I guess, really hearing you and Quest like in that space. You know what I mean? I knew you guys had put out music and everything, and I had checked everything out, but it was Apollo Brown's one of my favorite producers. I'm a big producer. I'm a producer guy. So when I saw that he put out the Sincerely Detroit, I was like, I got excited because I was like, ooh, new people to listen to, like new shit. This is new faces, new voices. You know what I mean? So when I heard you and Quest were on that album, I was like, oh, I know these dudes from Bat. And then I heard the verse and I was like, oh, this is dope. So tell me. Yes, it was like it was in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I was already privy to the soundtrack of Autumn's, the Quest's
the gospel,
all that. I was privy to all that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I hear Sincerely Detroit and I was like, oh, they're a staple in Detroit. They are pillars. Talk to me about, you know, what you think about, you know, the current climate of Detroit as a hip hop scene, and how you think you kind of, you know, fit as a puzzle piece into
I think Detroit hip hop is in a very good space. We're in a very good space. What I'll say is it's the same thing that I've been saying for my entire career. Detroit literally breeds the best rappers on the planet.
There's facts and statistics to prove that.
We breed the best rappers. Detroit is the absolute best place to learn how to rap, but it is absolutely the worst place to apply what you've learned, because we don't have a game here. We don't have a market here. Or we didn't, you know what I'm saying? But now with artists and other coasts taking basically stealing shit, you know what I'm saying? Basically stealing the sound, the flows. And they're stealing it from the younger guys, because I can't necessarily do it because I've trained my fucking ears to do one thing. But I think we're in a really, really, really good space. And like, I will bet the farm on anybody from Detroit, and not even just Detroit, but Michigan itself. Like niggas from Flint are going crazy right now. Like Pontiac niggas are going crazy. Like even fuck, Willie the Kid is from Grand Rapids. So it's like Willie's from Grand Rapids.
That's amazing. Like, I thought he was from Philly, to be really honest.
No, Willie's from Grand Rapids. So
that's amazing. You did my favorite track off of Sooner Than Later was the Willie the Kid collaboration.
Willie's the fucking man, bro.
Listen, Capital Gains, the album, Willie is nice. Like, there's a song on there called Dirty Game that is phenomenal. Like, I don't know what pocket he got in. I think it was around when he did that Alchemist project. I forgot, it was like something Masterpiece or something like that, had a really dope cover, and Alchemist did all the beats. It was at that point I was like, yo, Willie is what? No,
Willie is nice.
What was it like getting that collab on the project?
It was super crazy because my man Ty Ferris, who's you know what I'm saying, who's another like fucking incredible MC from here. Like, he kind of put in my head like, yo man, like, Willie don't do collabs, bro. Like I've been trying to get a Willie collab like for a minute. So I was like, damn, okay, well, I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna hit the nigga up then. And I think we were talking on Instagram or something one day, and I was like, man, like, you know, he was like, I said, man, I know you really don't do collabs, man, but I would love, you know what I'm saying, if we got to join in. He's like, what you talking about? I was like, my man Ty told me you really don't knock out collabs. He was like, man, I was just busy when Ty needed the verse. He was like, man, let's knock it out. And I sent him the joint, and he sent it right back. He sent it like right back. And I remember I told Ty, I was like, hey, nigga, he's like, I got something. And he was like, what you got? And I think I sent it to him. And he was like, you motherfucker. I was like, yeah, nigga. I was like, yeah, I got it. But no, I'm a huge fan of Willie. I think the joints, I think the shit that he does with with V Don is fucking incredible.
The
Those joints are
Deutschmarks.
incredible.
Deutschmarks.
Yeah, those are incredible.
V Don's very slept on as well as a
for
producer.
Sure.
Yes.
I fuck with V Don. I fuck with the joints he did with Dark Low too.
Right. That's
super crazy.
Moving forward with Detroit, I want to throw out some names right now that are really that have really caught my specific attention.
Okay.
Number one, of course, being Bodie James.
The GOAT. That's bro.
That's Bo Jackson, as everybody likes to call him, Bo Jackson.
That's Bo J. Yeah.
I am such a fan of his because when I was in high school, I was a big fan of the Cool Kids. Like I labeled these people like the Casey Veggies, the Dom Kennedys, the Mac Millers, the Cool Kids. I labeled that kind of like I called it suburban rap a little bit. I know that's probably weird, but I called it suburban rap. And then I was listening to the Cool Kids album, and then I would hear this monotone, voice, and it was this dude named Bodie James, and I was like, who is this dude? And he was rapping about shit that I could not understand. I was like, what is he talking about? But whatever he's saying, it sounds crazy. His delivery is crazy.
Sounds fucking great.
Exactly. So I was like, who is this dude? So I went through some of his, I went through some of his music, the Trapper's Alley, of course, you know what I'm saying? Him just working.
Hey, Bodie has one of my favorite songs ever. He has a song called Truck Driving School, and it is the best. It is the most incredible. It is the most incredible fucking concept ever. It's literally like
I'm gonna have to check that.
Like, look, I'm gonna sell so much dope that in order to move it, I'm gonna have to get my CDL license. That is fucking incredible, man.
That is amazing. That's an amazing concept for a song.
So good.
Bodie doing his work with Griselda, what I mean, doing his thing, but he's been doing his thing prior. One project that always sticks out to me when it comes to Bodie is the Price of Tea in China.
Incredible.
Talk to me about what did that, was that a big thing in Detroit when that dropped? Like how was it?
What's crazy is that I don't know, like I don't think that I could ever take credit, but indirectly I hit Alchemist up. I hit Al up because Al and Bodie had done a project prior to that called My First Chemistry Set.
Yep, that was his actual debut album, and it was on Alchemist's label. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it was, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, they sound really well together. And Bodie is one of the most loyal people on the face of the planet. So I thought Bodie had started making music strictly for the sake of trying to put his people on. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the best. It wasn't him. I thought like, yo, you can make much better music than this. So I remember I called Al, or I saw Al, and I was like, hey, bro, like I need you to really, really, really like get Bodie and like keep him together. Like I need you to work with Bodie. Like he sounds good. He sounds the best over your shit. Like I need you. Like I need you to make that a priority. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like if my conversation had anything to do with, with them getting back together and work on the album. But next thing I know, they was back in the studio. I was like, oh, okay, good.
And then when you saw that, you probably were like, oh, something's coming. And then the Price of Tea in China drops.
Fucking incredible.
The first track, Caruth.
Fucking incredible.
All those people, and then you hear just Bodie just going as soon as he, the sample really just kind of just like I was so I was literally like super impressed, like right off the first song. Like I was
For
like,
sure.
I
For
was
sure.
like, I was hooked. I was hooked. I was like, all right, whatever I'm about to, like, literally, I had just gotten off of work. I remember that. Like, I had just gotten off of work, and I had, I guess it was pre-saved on my phone. And then I got a notification talking about, oh, Boldy James, Price of Tea in China. And I clicked on it, and there was the album, and it had Benny, it had Vince, it had Freddie Gibbs, and I played Caruth. Because I listen to, first of all, I listen to albums in order and not on shuffle, you weirdos. First of all,
yeah.
that bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like, y'all wait, like, first of all, artists, put their time and effort into making songs go in a specific order.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna ruin it by pressing shuffle. Like, I don't like those people. I don't like those people. I won't shake your hand. I won't say what's up to you. Nah, I won't mess with you. Like, I just, because it's like, you guys put so much effort into a project, and then it's just you're not listening to it the way it needs to be listened to. And that's just, I guess that's just me just being a hip-hop purist. But I played Caruth, and I was like, this is the Boldy that I listened to when I heard him on Cool Kids, because that was what drew me in. Okay. So I was like, when I heard that Caruth shit, and then I just, heard, and then just the stories that were being told, and then run-ins when it happened, I was like, oh, I'm hooked.
Crazy.
When run-ins came on, I was like, that was it for me. That was it.
Insane. That was the one where I think I called him like, you got it. You got it. You got it. The pattern was so dumb. I was like, oh yeah, you got it. For sure.
Like, and the features made sense too. The Benny, the Freddie, the Vince, I believe Evidence was on one of them. And then he did a deluxe version with El Camino, and they did the Bernadine shit. Like, Boldy's been making noise. Somebody who's more of on the modern side, 42 Doug is another one.
42 Doug.
I'm a big fan of 42 Doug, actually.
Okay.
I like 42 because it's just not even just because he's from Detroit. It's because, like, I think he just knows, he separates himself. I think he separates himself from all of the kind of the new age, kind of thing. Like, he just sampled a super crazy rock song that he did with Roddy Ricch, like, and made it work. And then he has a song with Tory Lanez that I really dig. And then, his appearance on the Cypher that he did on Big Sean's album. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like 42, Sada Baby, of course,
the GOAT.
You know what I mean? So talk to me, like, what are your takes on these new guys and how they're doing?
I love it.
Representing the city.
I love it. They have my utmost support. Even if it's not music that I would make, I can appreciate the artistry behind it. And I'm very pro Detroit. I'm very pro the state of Michigan. So, like, I'll never get in any space and say anything bad about anybody from here. Like, I'm a fan. Right now, there's a rapper from Flint named RMC Mike, who may be my favorite rapper right now.
Nice. Okay.
It's so
RMC
good.
Mike. RMC Mike.
So good, bro. It's so good.
You don't steer me wrong, Marv. You don't steer me wrong. I got you,
bro.
I got you. Listen,
it's so good.
And because I as I've had conversations before, like, Detroit just always gave me versatility. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to listen to a specific type of sound but still stay in Detroit, but I wanted to listen to something different, I could do that with no problems. If I want to listen to Royce, if I want to listen to the Allegory, Grammy nominated, that was for a long time. It was one of my favorite albums. It's still one of my favorite albums.
Salute to the bro.
Like, like Chef's Kiss. Like, you know what I mean? That was to me. So I didn't skip not one song on that album. So if I can listen to Royce, and then I can switch it over and listen to some Sada Baby or some 42 Doug. I love that I can do that with y'all and not leave this and not be and still be supporting Detroit.
Yeah, that's dope. It is super dope. Like, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of I'm very proud of the strides that the city has making musically. Like I won't front. Like it's impressive. I'm super happy, and I'm a fan of all those boys. I'm a fan.
So as we kind of like wind down, I kind of, as we get to the last couple of questions, one thing that I wanted to ask, as you look back on your long, illustrious career full of all these major accomplishments, some people may look at, maybe it's not the same accomplishments that you may think that other people look at. Like when I look at the Shady 15, I look at that as a notch in your belt. When I look at certain features that you've done with my favorite artists, you know what I mean? I look at that as notches in your belt. You know what I mean? So when I look at it from that, what do you want your legacy to be when, Marv puts that famous Navy Detroit hat on the hook and decides to hang it up?
One, I want to go out on my feet and not on my back. You know what I'm saying? Like I always make the analogy of I never want to race the horses. So by that I mean Jesse Owens was like a fucking American hero. You know what I'm saying? Black man, went to the Olympics in Berlin, beat all of Adolf Hitler's fucking,
and made him mad.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesse Owens pissed off Hitler.
You know what I'm saying? Went crazy, right? So then he comes home, and because of the shitty nature of man, you know what I'm saying, he's not able to reap the benefits of his fucking patriotic act. So near the end of his life, Jesse Owens, this fucking multi-gold medal winner, like in the Olympics,
Olympic runner,
to make ends meet, he was going to county fairs, and he was racing horses. He had become a spectacle and a sideshow of the greatness that he actually was. So I always say that I never ever want to overstay my welcome to the point where the only way that people want to see me is in a demeaning or less than stellar space. So I never want to race the horses. I never, you know what I'm saying? I never want to race the horses. When it's up, it's up. I'm not going to try to overstay my welcome and none of that. When that time comes, I just want people to know that, one, I was nice. Like I'm nice. Whether or not I put it in people's faces, or whether or not I brag about it or whatever, I'm nice. And I have done things in this game and because of this game that a lot of people will never ever do. You know what I'm saying? I've never backstabbed or talked down on any man to get into any space. And I want the city to know that I always had its best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? All the young rappers and all of the leagues and, you know what I'm saying, all of the fans and everything. Like, I want them to know that, you know what I'm saying, when it's all said and done, like, I didn't care about any other place but home. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That would be my desire for sure.
Would that be said in your Hall of Fame speech?
Nah, my Hall of Fame speech is gonna be like, man, like, suck my dick, nigga. Eastside. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
You ain't gonna end it like
my Hall of Fame speech is gonna be real classy. It's not gonna be like Jordan's. Remember he brought his fucking like high school coach that cut him. He invited him to his Hall of Fame and was like, yeah, look at me. Like, damn, nigga.
You held on to you ain't holding on to no grudges. You ain't holding on to no grudges.
Fam, I was coaching high school. You're the biggest star in the world. You won. You won, my nigga.
I'll take that L. I will.
You got it.
L.
You got it. Man. Jesus Christ. Calm down, Michael Jeffrey.
Yo, man.
Relax, man. You gotta fucking relax, Mike Jeff.
Let me tell Zoli.
Man, you have to take Zol off, bro. You are wilding. You are fucking wilding, man.
I'm telling you, he's one of my favorite people, yo. He's one of my favorite people in this culture.
Fucking uncalled for, man. Like, yo, man.
Because he has the same humor that I have, and I've always told Marv this. That's why I fuck with Marv, is because he has the same humor that I do, and it's sometimes the obscure references, you know what I mean? Like just
also
randomly.
And how fucking dumb was that coach to accept that invitation? When you got that invitation in the mail, dog, you couldn't have thought this was gonna end good, bro. You couldn't have thought.
You opened the mail and said, Michael Jordan has invited you.
Like, oh shit. Like, oh man.
May have lost Marv. I can edit this out though. I can definitely edit this out. I can definitely, yep. And he's one of my favorite people, yo. He really is. Like, it's been an honor to being able to be kind of, able to get to know Marv on the ways that I have. You know what I'm saying? I was able to had the pleasure to meeting him when he battled Bill Collector, and I was doing my thing with Hip Hop Is Real. So that was really cool for me when I was able. For a fact, it was so cool because like when I met you, Quest, Cannon, it was the same. It was kind of the same thing. Like it was like kind of like it was a full circle. You know what I mean? Because like I said, when I watched Quest for the first time, like I discovered all of y'all. So that was really kind of like a real full circle. Like even Big Cannon as well. So like
first of all, anything with Big Cannon involved is a circle for sure. It's a big circle. It's a big circle if Big Cannon is involved.
Cannon gonna come for you in these comments.
Man, this ain't the smoke you want.
This ain't this. One thing I do want to say is, and last question before we get out of here, what is your opinion on the social media phenomenon that is Clubhouse that you've been a part
of? Just like with anything else, it just depends on what you use it for.
Right.
Like I remember at first, like it was this big thing of exclusivity. It was like, oh shit, like I'm in here and you're not. Like I remember people were like fucking paying for like Clubhouse invites. I got like a folder full of them bitches now. Like
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just about how you use it, man. Like I was able to come in and find my tribe. You know what I'm saying? So
facts. The tribe,
like
the austerity cool tribe. The tribe of austerity.
It's cool for me. Like I'm not necessarily going into it, you know what I'm saying, hoping to talk to Elon Musk. Like that's not necessarily that's not my goal. Like it's not my goal. Like
it's cool. Fun for everybody at the end of the day.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel away. Like I'm cool. I hope people are using it, you know what I'm saying, for what it's supposed, for what benefits them.
It's a great networking place, actually.
For sure.
It's great for networking. Like if you if you want to, if you're a rapper, any type of artist, like that's one of the best platforms to use because, you get to use your voice as a selling pitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
You could be in the same room as a Black Thought or a Freddie Gibbs. Well, I don't know about Freddie Gibbs being on Clubhouse, but that would be funny though. But you know what I'm saying, you could be in there and be able to network with these people and find a medium, and like I said, you found your tribe. It's a tribe of a lot of us. It's a lot of us.
I found my tribe, bro. I'm super happy. Every Monday, we do the Upstairs Radio Boy show with me, Quest, Cannon, and Saga. So like
it's a fun time every Monday.
It's a fun time had by all, bro. So like I have no complaints, man. Like I don't like, it's cool. Like I'm using it for what it's supposed to be used for me.
Yes, and it's always fun. It's always fun. You know what I mean? The conversation, the conversations never stop. We always have something to talk about. There's a lot of hate. There'll be a lot of heinous activity sometimes going on.
A couple of these niggas got to get it together, bro. They're going crazy. Niggas is getting crazy out here, buddy.
But Marv, any closing words for these people as we wrap up a interview that will live on in for me personally as another notch
Infamy.
in not an infamy at all.
Oh,
But it will live on as just as a, you know, we were talking about notches in your belt. This interview will live for me personally as a notch in my belt. This was an honor. This was
well.
an honor.
Let me. First of all, let me let you know that you should never call a man a notch in your belt. You have to fucking relax. You have to stop. You have to fucking stop.
You know what I mean, dog. This interview as a notch.
I know what you said. Nah, man. Just, you know, I don't know, man. Typical shit, man. Drink some water, man. Mind your business, man. Like,
drink some water, mind your business.
Drink some water, mind your business, man. Like, put lotion on, bro. Like, it's real. Life ain't rocket science, man.
Don't be ashy in this,
bro. Drink water. Don't be ashy. Mind your goddamn business, man. Like, life is not rocket science, man. It's not, bro. I refuse.
The incredible Marv Wonderful, man.
You dig?
The legend, not just Detroit legend, but the legend.
You
Marv,
dig?
thank you for the time, man. This was an honor. Thank you
for having me, brother. Thank you.
Of course. We'll see y'all next time.